Our own.
Hey y'all. Our own intro song. Ding, 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 ding. Let's talk about sex, baby. All right. Hello, everyone. So welcome to another episode of The Desired and Diagnosed. I am your host, Tiffany Marie. I am your sexual health coach. You probably have seen me on social media talking about every 35 pounds that a man loses, he gains one in the. And then this is Miss J next to me. Miss J is your mental health therapist. Soon to be therapist. She has just graduated, waiting to take her test. We are excited to have her. And so what we did was we are two best friends that are similar when it comes to kids, dogs. We both have all boys. Well, I only have one. We got like a whole football team. We both have dogs. We both have been single moms. We both work in the field. And so we literally talk daily about stupid stuff like this and just talk. And so we figured, why not just make a podcast and give you guys some laughter, give you a little bit of education with it, but keep it very light and simple and not too crazy in this crazy world. All right. And we got to figure out an introduction. So if anybody out there knows how to do intros, let us know.
We're working on it, yes.
We're
But
just taking this.
we do want to put out a stipulation or a warning that we are not giving you advice on your own life. We're just giving suggestions. Obviously seek professional medical help if you need exact answers. We're not
We're
responsible.
not medical professionals, nor are we liable for anything that you hear on our podcast. Please understand that everything that we say comes with suggestions, and these are to take at your own risk.
Yep.
For legal.
We're not responsible for your shit. Okay.
Give blowjobs.
Don't be sticking gerbils up your butt and blaming us.
Yeah, please don't fucking put a gerbil up your butt at all. All right. So we kind of approached different things. So this week we decided to go ahead and talk about male orgasms. We've already done one on female orgasms and the benefits and the pros and the cons. I don't think there's really a con, but we wanted to talk about female orgasms and male orgasms and why is it a benefit to them? What are the things that they can do? So I would say I'm the single one. Jay is the happily married one. I just saw a meme that said,
I'm gonna put them away.
her penis is fighting people. A very big one you got there. He got up and I was like, she had the puppy. I just saw a meme that said like best friends, you only like two best friends. There's always the one that's happily in a relationship, and then there's the one that can't get a relationship.
Nah, we have been through relationships together though. We've been friends so long.
Yep. We've seen men come and go
through 2 marriages.
Yeah.
I mean, not 2 divorces, but 2 marriages.
2 marriages, yeah. And then you've seen me through 2 shitty ass relationships. Uh-huh.
I know. I was going through my pictures on my phone yesterday, trying to delete pictures of Aiden's girlfriend, who's now his ex-girlfriend. And you don't realize how many pictures you have are like such great memories. You've got these people and that you're like, fuck, I don't want to delete it. But I found pictures, like really great pictures of me and you and your ex, your ex.
You know what I did with those pictures? I put smiley faces over all of them. So like if there was pictures that I really liked where it was like group, like remember when we went to that common bar, the Commonwealth, like the hidden bar?
Yeah.
I would put smiley faces over people's faces.
Yeah.
Yep. I actually, so I'm weird. I'm one of those people, and not a lot of people are saying, but when I'm done, I literally.
This is the day of the dogs.
I'm telling you, they're like getting me. So I literally will completely delete pictures, and it'll be like you never existed in my life at all.
Yeah.
The only way people will ever know that you existed is if they were friends with us at that time and you knew that I was with you. Other than that.
Yep. Same.
Yeah, it's bad. Even the last one I kind of had like a little brup with. and was really feeling him and was hopeful for him. We call him Arizona. Very hopeful for him. But yeah, didn't no,
Yep.
no, fuck
I
yourself.
got the cord.
All
That's
right.
the best way to get over it. Okay.
Yeah. So let's talk about male orgasms. So I am a big believer that men should be having orgasms. There's actually studies out there that show that men should be having between about 20 to 30 orgasms a month. So realistically, one a day. And the reason for that orgasm is for their prostate. It's to help keep that prostate open and closed. So let's just talk about the prostate for a second. So the prostate is in the back door for a male, and their prostate is closed. It's kind of like, just think of it like a rock, right? It's closed. When they get excited and aroused, the prostate opens up. Now, it doesn't open this wide, okay? It's not like a hand and it's not like that, okay? But it opens. It gives it a little arousal with some blood flow there and it opens up. When they get ready to ejaculate, the prostate slams shut, which produces the motion to allow them to finish, right? So, prostate motion open and closing is just like us when we do our Kegels and working our vaginal muscles and closing and opening. So, same thing for a male with his prostate. Hey, you too. Thank you. Sorry. Anybody want a puppy?
The
Want a
day of the
senior dog?
dogs.
Like, give them all away. Open the door. Go free. Prostate, they have to open and close. And that's why it's so important for a male to get his orgasms. Now, I didn't say he needs 30 orgasms a day. You better get on it. No, your partner has 2 hands, 2 feet, toys, all of that stuff. They can do it. So biggest thing when it comes to prostate is making sure that they're using it, making sure that the muscle is moving. This is definitely important when it comes to prostate cancer. Hey, stop. We're just going to put her in a crate. Continue on, Jay.
This is the day of the dog, and I will apologize because Tiff and I are a couple of weeks behind. We both have been dealing with sickness and breakup,
Bullshit.
and yeah, just all
No,
kinds of
I did not break up with anybody.
no,
Mm-mm.
no.
We had
She did. We had
we
a
had kids.
family breakup,
Yeah,
a
there
big
you go.
breakup. Yeah, which we'll
I was
talk
like,
about
not me, guys.
later.
I'm still on the hunt. So get your
Yeah,
applications in.
I'm just the type of mother that like when I see my babies hurting, I have to go. I had to go and help my son kind of like just process the beginning week of that shit. So,
There's nothing wrong
yeah.
with that. I offered to punch her in the cooter, but he didn't take it up. So, I mean, I'm that aunt. I will fluff somebody up for my family. Okay, sorry for the dogs. That's the male prostate. We're like typical women. We just go around men topics. I'm so sorry. So prostate is super important, especially when it comes to prostate cancer. So prostate cancer numbers are actually higher in a recent study showing that the increased number of men that are showing positive for having prostate cancer. So early detection is super important. And that's why when you start to feel something different in your body, you need to go get it checked out. I know that there are tons of people out there that I am one of them that doesn't like going to the doctor. I'm like, nah, I'll fix this shit at home.
And I'm the hypochondriac that goes all the
Yeah.
time.
She got a boo-boo. I'm like, you don't need it. I got stitches. I'll fix you. So see, we're opposites. But if you feel like something is really off on your body, you need to go get it checked out. Please see a medical professional, especially if you're having problems. So for men, you would actually, so for women, we see gynecologists, men, you see urologist. And that is a person that is controlling basically your bladder, but also your penis. And they are the ones that look at your testicles. They are the ones that do look at your prostate, right? Whereas if we had a problem with ours, we would go see a gynecologist. They take all of our care of our stuff. So urologist is super important to men. And if you as a female are noticing that your male partner is off, don't be afraid to say something. You are the first one that tastes his cum. I hope. If not, he will find somebody that'll taste it.
Oh God, stop.
So let's start tasting it then, okay? Okay.
Just
But
not taste it. I'm just not, finishing
well,
it.
if you feel like, okay, so let's just say this.
I'm not drinking.
Yeah, we're not going to drink it. I mean, face, they do say it's really good. That's why I'm looking old. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I do not put semen on my face. But I'm saying, like, say you were with your partner, right? And you're down there giving a blowjob and you notice the consistency or the taste is off. Are you going to say something?
Yes.
I would immediately. I'd be like, you need to drink some more fucking water. That shit thick like tapioca, motherfucker.
I mean, I would imagine it would be very difficult to say if it was very new, but as you know, as you get more comfortable in the relationship, but I think it's important you should be saying it anyway, just for their own health. And it could be vitamins they're taking or who knows.
Yeah, because I would want someone to tell me.
Yeah.
Like, and I actually did.
Or
I had a partner one time who was like, your smell is off. And I'm like, what? What? And I'm like, what are you talking about? We do the smell and sniff. But I was like, oh, I didn't
Mhm.
know. But that's also because motherfucker was cheating and he'd give me his dirty pussy from somebody else. Anyhow, that's another topic for another conversation about cheating. We'll talk about that at another episode. What we want to call him. We have to find a name for these exes. I don't want to say their names because I don't want them to cry, because they do have people that do watch my podcast and they do know who they are. So they are laughing internally because they know who the fucker is. Anywho, so male orgasms, the super importance of it and getting it for them, right? So they need to be doing it themselves. So let's talk about masturbation, right? With male orgasms. Masturbation, I think, is super important. They can do it in the shower. You can, just like for women, you should explore your body. I think males explore their body a lot younger than we do as females, just because it's something that's just hanging out there and you're just like, woo, woo, like, so I would definitely say making sure that you know your body, know what you like. I think it's very important to know how you like it yanked on. Do you like it hard? Do you like it choked like a chicken? Do you like it loose as a goose? Do you just like the tip? Do you like the balls? These are things that are really good because when you get with your partner, you can tell your partner like, hey, you can go a little bit tighter on that. It doesn't hurt, right?
Mhm.
So masturbation, when it comes to masturbation, let's talk about porn for a little bit. I think I like porn. I do. I watch porn. I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm a woman. Okay. Sometimes I just need the help with imagination because it's not there because my brain is overloaded with other shit. But porn can also be a hindrance when it comes to men and women. It can be a hindrance to both. But watching too much porn can actually affect your performance and imperfect. What's the word I want to put there? It can mess you up. Okay.
Yeah.
Watching too much porn because it becomes unrealistic. Your partners are not going to do that cross-eyed thing with the orgasm, and we're not going to let you shoot it on our face, okay, even though we have eyelashes. That is not what they're meant for. Even though that's what they were developed for, but that's not what they're meant for.
Well,
So I
sorry, go
say
ahead.
no, say it.
I was going to say, I definitely agree with you because I dated a guy in my young 20s, very young 20s, 19, 20, and he was addicted to porn to the point where that would arouse him more than sex would. And I was this inexperienced young girl. I mean, he was young as well, but obviously, like in his mind, he's thinking that every sexual experience should be this porn, and it wasn't realistic, you know. Yeah.
No, and that's why I try to tell a lot of couples, men and women, to change it up a little bit. So if you're gonna watch porn, like, right, so porn has a ton of categories that you can go see. So I always tell everybody, change your categories up. Change it up. Don't always go look at your MILF or your stepsister.
Yeah.
You guys are nasty. Anywho, no judgment. No judgment. Whatever. No judgment at all. But change it up. Maybe go into where it's maybe a heavier set girl or a skinny girl, maybe a skinny guy, a heavier guy, up close views. Like you can actually look for specific things. So like if you just want nothing but dick and vagina, you can research that and that's all it'll show you. It will not show you faces. It will not show you anything. Other thing I tell people to do with porn, put it on mute. So
Yeah.
you're watching it in silence because now you have to use your imagination with what are their sounds? What are the noises that they're making? How does it sound, right? Other ways of doing porn, put it on and like if you're watching on a laptop, turn your laptop away from you, because now all you're doing is hearing it. So now you're using your imagination to use to visualize what you think it is.
Mhm.
Books are a great way of reading about smut, is what it's called, right? Porn. That's why
Yeah.
so many women read books, because personally, I would say women have a little bit better of an imagination than men. And I think that's why reading books, women can like internalize it, and they can put themselves in the story and be like, oh, Fabio with his hair.
Fabio.
I can't believe it's not butter. You
Yeah,
know what I
50
mean?
Gray or whatever, the
Yeah.
Red Room.
Like I think women can visualize it better and be like, oh my God, like he's going to spank her. Right. Whereas men are like, just put it in her. I think that's why women are a little bit more graphic when we talk with our girlfriends about what happened compared to men, right? So I would definitely say porn. What are your feelings on porn from a mental standpoint with people?
Yeah, I think that for women specifically, it can help them figure out what helps arouse them, but more so like the books can kind of help with that, you know, as far as like what turns them on to be a little more creative in the bedroom, things like that. Where men, I feel like it might be completely hindering them to the point where they rely on it, to the point where that's what's getting them off instead of having sex. And then they're having problems getting it up. And I actually have known a couple of people that I've talked to about this problem where they're having problems with ED, but it is specifically coming from the fact that they're either A, masturbating too much.
Mm-hmm.
And you always hear the stipulation of like, oh, you know, you're going to go out on this date. Instead of like having sex on the first, second, third date, masturbate before you go. So that way that's like taken out of the picture. Great advice, but then you're creating this pattern and it can actually hinder it. So I think that it's like chocolate, right? Everything in moderation. Everything in
Oh,
moderation.
shit. Okay.
Can't abuse it, or you're gonna get fat and high cholesterol, you know?
What about dark chocolate?
Again, whole different story. There we go.
Yeah, so definitely, I think when it comes to mental wise for men specifically, because we're talking about them today,
Yeah,
and I really want to keep it to them because I know we always talk about women. So I
yeah.
would say mentally with men, like you have to change it up, because you're going to be stuck in
But
that scenario of what
yeah,
you like watching. And then when you go to your partner and your partner's not doing those things that, Lady Luce or whatever her name is doing, like you're not with your partner in that moment. I think you would start fantasizing about the porn star compared to what you have in front of you.
yeah. Well,
You
and
know,
men can, you know, in terms of like abusing a situation, take that porn idea and bring it to your relationship, especially if you're in a relationship. If you're not in a relationship, it's a little bit different, but you know, get more creative. There's the
Mhm.
books on like sexual positions. Bring it to your partner and be like, hey, look at this, you know. She
Right.
wants to be just as surprised by this stuff too. So, you
Yeah. Oh
know,
yeah.
try some
100%.
different things. Yeah.
But I think definitely, so one tip that I give my men when it comes to, say, single or married, right? And you are masturbating every day, try edging. So edging is a form of, you're doing masturbation, right? And basically you are masturbating until you're ready to orgasm. The minute you want to orgasm, you stop. Reduces, what it does is it builds you up. It starts to get ready to release that dopamine that your brain gets when you have an orgasm, right? But what it does is it makes all your nerve endings slow down, and it makes you stop. Because the problem with not edge, well, there's two ways of looking at this, right? So say you're a one pump chump 2 minute hump, right? You're that guy that like as soon as you get in that vagina, you're like, ah, and you're done. It's like,
Like your
ah,
18th
right?
man.
And it's because you're excited, the blood flow is going, right? It could just be you don't have sex a lot, maybe you're not masturbating as much. So that's why edging can help, because it'll help you to last longer by not finishing right away. Now, there are some studies out there that do recommend that you edge during playtime by yourself and just during the day. I have seen some studies where people are going a couple days of edging. That is actually the total difference of having an orgasm to release your prostate. So you don't want to go like 3-4 days a week of edging without having an orgasm, because all you're doing is leaving your prostate open.
Mhm.
And then it's slowly going back down. So now you'll start noticing that when you are with a partner, you're at that climax and you're ready to orgasm, but nothing happens because you've trained your body to last for 5 days, because you want to do all these Kama Sutra positions and think that you're a Kama Sutra fan, and you can't finish. So I personally only recommend to my clients to edge once during the day. That's it. Not to extend it for days on end, because it'll help. So sometimes edging can kind of help them get there and then slow down, because it gets you excited and then it'll slow it down. But porn, they got to change it up. I think it's going to mess up their brains completely when it comes to watching that stuff and hearing it, change up what you're watching.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. Try
Well,
different positions.
it's something that you can get addicted to, just like anything else. So
100%. All right. So we talked about, masturbation and watching porn. Let's talk about our partners, giving our partners orgasms, right? So let's talk about oral. So oral, I think when it comes to oral, it's not done enough. I think that it starts out hot and heavy with a partner when it comes to oral. But I think it over time starts to slow down. And I think this is actually for both men and women, because I don't think a lot of men are giving oral, and I don't think a lot of women are giving oral either. So when it comes to oral is a great way of kind of like starting off, and then you can continue on. So think of oral as like edging, right? You're getting your partner excited, but you're not letting them finish because you want to have fun time with them after. So oral is another way of taking a man to an orgasm. Now, we talked about women, right? Women have over like 20 something different ways to stimulate them to achieve an orgasm. Men, you have multiple ways as well. You do have over 20 different ways to stimulate yourself in order to get an orgasm too. So all orgasms are the same, but not all orgasms are created equal. Some are going to be way stronger, like a prostate. I'll break it down. So think of like a prostate orgasm as like a woman's G-spot, right? So it's a completely different orgasm.
yeah.
Whereas a clitoris orgasm for us would be similar to a tip orgasm for you, compared to having it in would be like a vaginal orgasm, like you having a full stroke orgasm. So there are different types of way of stimulating for that orgasm. But oral, I would say, I think you could say like oral, the way to get better at oral is with your partner and them telling you what they like.
Hmm. Yeah.
Because granted, I don't think no man can suck his own cock. Let's just be realistic here.
They probably have tried for sure.
I'm sure. I mean, we've all heard the rumors about, what's his name took his ribs out so that he could suck his own thing. Okay. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody trying to damage their body for that. So when you're in that motion with your partner, right? And they're doing, and it could be your male partner, it could be your female partner, right? But your partner is doing, and you really like how they're gripping it. Be like, I like how you're gripping it. I like when you give a little extra juices on it, right? I like when it's extra wet. I like the grip. I like when you grab my testicles. And it might be awkward, I would say, to say it right off the bat. So then wait until after and be like, hey, I really like when you do that. But when you want a climax, you need to tell your partner, I like that. Keep going.
Hmm. Don't
Now, I don't
stop.
know. Yeah, I would say women, we listen a little better, and we're like,
Hmm.
okay, and then we get tired and we pull out the windy. I call it the windy, the non-dominated hand, because that bitch is crazy. She can never keep a same motion. It's like a stranger. Bitch be just like, I don't know what it's doing. So I would say we listen a little bit more compared to men when we're like right there, like they just stop, and
They
you're like,
they start bouncing around.
yeah, you're like, I'm gonna come, and they're just like, and they change the motions, and you're like, never mind, it went away, right? So keep the same motion, same grip, same everything, right when they're about to come, for both men and women, right?
Well, and for men, they would probably get off on it because it's dirty talk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and men love that. Keep it that way. women if you're trying to help your man out.
Yeah, 100%. So anything you want to add to oral sex? I would say it's a visual. I think it's a visual.
Yeah.
So what kind of happens? So we're going to talk about men's brain for a second. So what happens to a man on his brain when he has an orgasm?
A couple of things. A couple of things.
Caught you off
So
guard.
during the orgasm, the brain lights up in like multiple little areas. You've got your dopamine surge, and it's like the reward chemical that creates pleasure and all that great stuff. And then you've got a release of oxytocin, and this is actually it's promoting them to like relax and like connect with their partner, believe it or not, in that mental capacity. So that's a good thing. And then you have the endorphins, of course, which are like natural, like calmness and actually painkillers for parents, for men too. I almost said patients and parents came out. This is the clinical supervisor or clinical
Brain coming out.
counselor coming out. My patients say. Anyways, so it works in those three specific areas to like calm and
Mhm.
to trust and to connect with their partner, and it's bringing all of that. That actually is like their way of like bringing emotion to it, right? Us women sometimes when we hit it just to connect with the women's female or brain orgasms, sometimes women cry, right? I don't know if you've ever cried like as you're coming or whatever. I actually have before, maybe twice in my entire sexual life. But men, that's like, they're being rewarded, and, all of those things
Mm.
being released are releases of their hormones. So it's actually kind of a cool thing for them to
Yeah.
experience.
And they have the same release that women do. The
100%.
women
Like
you
we're
you get the
uptight.
same.
Yeah, we're uptight, and once we have that, it's like, oh fuck. And it's the same thing with them. They're wound up. Maybe they're actually just having a shit week, and you release that. It over like the calmness comes over. They just feel completely like, okay, I can function again.
Mhm.
So
And that's why I think men fall more into porn because of the dopamine aspect of it.
yeah,
They like that adrenaline. It gets them there. It's kind of, you're kicking in that serotonin, that adrenaline and dopamine, and you're releasing it, that it becomes addictive. And it's just like gambling, right? Gambling, some people, they release dopamine when they win, when they gamble, and that's why they're so addicted to it.
yeah,
And so they're so excited to have it. It's the same thing with drugs. Using certain types of drugs will release chemicals in the brain to go a lot faster, which will give you that, I guess you could say, high sensation, that feel good, which is like dopamine. You feel
yeah.
good, you feel great. And that's why the addiction falls into plays, because you want to keep hitting that note and keep hitting that brain release. And
That's
that's why
very
I think a lot of people get stuck in like porn or lots of orgasms, which we would love for them to have multiple orgasms, because you guys can literally orgasm in like 3 fucking minutes.
Yeah. Well, even like sex addiction, right? It doesn't have to be porn. It can be that you have to constantly cheat on your partner. It's that just like the dopamine and the endorphins and everything hitting during sex, you could take that into porn, and then you could take it into cheating. Like I love my girlfriend or my wife or whatever, but I have to get this quick fix.
Mm,
I like the excitement of like
yeah,
getting caught, or you know
the
what I mean?
chase. Mhm.
So porn, sex addiction, it's all kind of wrapped up in
Oh, yeah.
there. Obviously, porn can be something in moderation that you're just doing on
Mhm.
occasion, but if you're taking it to the point of it's becoming the most important thing and it's becoming an addiction, it could lead to you cheating too, or
Yeah.
just not wanting to settle down and just bounce around like we've seen so much on the dating websites, because you can just
Well,
go get it and be done.
and I think a lot of it too is when you think about addiction, for anything, it's if it starts consuming your daily life, like you can't go to work,
Hmm.
or you can't make decisions, or you're at work on your lunch break masturbating, like there are issues.
Yeah.
That's an issue. If you can't function without having sex or some kind of masturbation, that's a problem. And that's something where you need to get help and seek it, because you don't want to lose your job over being on the lunch break masturbate. Could you imagine getting arrested
Yeah.
for doing something and a kid walks in on you?
Yeah. Which
Like
has
that.
happened, several cases of that.
Yes, that's why I brought it up, because it actually just recently happened in Indiana. And there was a guy who was in the bathroom masturbating, and a kid walked in on him on accident. And he is now being labeled as a pedophile, basically. And
Yeah.
he does not like kids at all. Like, that wasn't like his kink, it was something else. But the fact that the kid walked in and they reported it, he is now labeled with that. And that ruins your fucking life. So if that's something that you don't want, like, you need to make sure you're keeping control of it. And it's the same thing for women. Women can get hit with the exact same thing. It's not just men. Women can actually get hit with the same label.
Yeah.
So if you're having that kind of addiction, definitely I would recommend seeking help. Like, if you can't function, you can't have conversations with your family or friends, you're pulling yourself away from your family and friends, you're in your house all the time, like, you don't want to go to work, you don't want to do that. It could be depression, it could be sex, it could be a multitude of things, but you should always seek.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to orgasms, there's tons of different ways that you can use it, right? So most men know how to do it with their hands. I hope you guys are really good with your hands, because you guys have been touching that thing longer than any of us, okay? Some of us women are penis envy, okay? I would love to have a penis just because I want to do a helicopter. I know it'll be a big penis because I have big dick energy, okay? I'm cocky. I would pull that thing out at parties and make it like a party stopper show. Not saying that you should do that. I would totally mushroom stamp someone. Oh my God. Speaking of that, have you? Never mind. Well, I'll ask you off air. We were at an event and somebody was like, "Have you ever been mushroom stamped?" And I was like, "Yes, by a stripper." Do you know what mushroom stamp is?
I don't. Please
Okay.
enlighten me.
Oh, I got you. So mushroom stamp is the tip of the penis, right? You know how it looks like a mushroom?
Yes.
Where a person holds it and they pop you with it.
They just like smack you with it?
Yeah, like some people like smack you. Okay. You ever been mushroom stamped?
Yeah.
Currently, I hang out with people that are vanilla, okay? They don't know what that is. And so they were like, "Wait a minute, what?" And so because somebody asked me, and I was like, "Yeah," I was like 19. I think I was at a strip club. You remember the old school strip club, Palomino?
Was that the
Down
one
on
that
like,
was like upstairs from
no, that's
no.
OG's. OG's was the men upstairs women.
Yeah.
Palomino Club used to be on like Las Vegas Boulevard by the Golden Nugget down there. Where
Okay. I
it's
remember
like
seeing signs for it, but yeah.
it's like a hood club, okay? But the
Yeah.
Palomino Club used to do men there too. And so, but the men were raunchy. Like, they would take off their pants and walk around with dicks and balls out. Okay. And I remember this guy, we were with a group, and he literally was going from girl to girl around, and he grabbed the back of your head. Now, mind you, I was in a conversation with somebody else. And so I was not paying attention. First
Mhm.
problem, always pay attention to a strip club. You never know what's going to hit you in the eye or the face. Okay. So I'm talking to her. He literally comes around, grabs the back of my head, turns my head to him, has his dick in his hand, and goes right on my forehead. I was like, I literally went cross-eyed because I was like, "Did you just fucking dick smack me? You nasty."
Gross.
Ask permission first.
Oh,
Anywho, I
yeah.
thought that was funny. Sidetrack. Okay, so now that we know we both like getting mushroom stamp. Anywho,
I didn't say I liked it. It's
I feel
happened.
like Mario Brother. Like, if you tap it, I grow.
God.
That's funny. Anywho, some of the shit that comes out of my mouth, I should think about it before I say it. Okay, so let's talk about different types of products that you can use. There are the sleeves you can use, which there's a double. Hang on, I'm gonna go grab one. I'm going. I'm going. Hang on.
Tiffany has a ton of sexual toys out for demonstration. I know she's got a couple she's bringing out today, but yeah.
Brought a C-ring, but I didn't bring a sleeve. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's talk about different types of sleeves, okay? So male sleeves, there's a little bit of variety. So this little guy's my mini stroker. Mini stroker is like the size of my hand. It's super small, right? But it has an open end and then it has a closed end. So there are ones that are completely open where the partner will pop out of. That one's nice because you can kind of give it a little lick. Like if you're with a partner and they want to use it on you, right? You can put like a bullet in it, it'll vibrate.
Right.
But a stroker that is closed, they also have ones that look like little eggs, which I actually just got some from the convention I just went to, the big toy convention that was in town. Anywho, so when it goes on, what it does is it gives you right on the tip, but as it comes off, it gives you that back pressure, which ends up giving you that sucking feeling, right? So this is where you can do a lot more tip play. You can go deeper because they are stretchy. Like you could fit, I mean, we could fit this on someone's head, okay? We got
Also
good.
substitutes as a swim cap.
Yeah, you can use this as a swim cap. You can, it stretches. I ain't never seen one this big, but if we do, I am prepared.
I don't think
Okay,
there's
so
any
this,
stuff you're stroking on that. Oh my
yeah, these
God.
are sleeves. These are super fun to use, and I don't think a lot of couples use them as much as they would. I think a lot more single men use them or men by
Yeah.
themselves. But this is what is wrong with having your partner use this? It helps with grips, especially if they've got bad arthritis and they can't grab on it anymore. So this is one way of being able to play. Some of them are different textures, right? So like this one has different textures inside. So
Ribbed
the
for
purpose of these is to give you a different sensation, a different feeling, right? So same thing for, the other ones that are open-ended, same sensation too. So sleeves are a great way of bringing that into your bedroom. Other things you can bring your bedroom, C-rings. C-rings, I think, are a great way as well to achieving an orgasm. There's a couple different standards that they do. So a C-ring, which stands for constriction, not cock. I love when everybody says that. So first thing that you have is your ring. So your ring is designed to give you more blood flow on the tip of the penis. So what it does is when it goes on you, fix that. As it goes on you, it's going to constrict at the base, which produces all the blood flow on the penis. So it's going to make you a little bit wider, not longer. But having this on by yourself while stroking gets you stimulated with vibration because vibration is a natural relaxant. And if you would like to bring a C-ring into the bedroom with a female partner for them to be able to hit like their clitoris, that's what this does. It hits the clitoris. This is great to start out by yourself. You could literally put this on and then use your hands because
yeah.
now you're going to get used to the vibration. A lot of times men, as soon as they get the vibration, the first time they feel it, they're like, and they're done
Mm-hmm.
because it's a lot of stimulation.
Mm-hmm.
You could even put this in your hand and turn the vibration on and play with like the testicles so that you're stroking the top of you and playing with the testicles. There's ways of achieving different types of vibration with toys and different orgasms. So a lot of times you'll see rings that are single or double. So a single ring is meant to go on the penis. The second ring is meant to go on the boys. So this is where he goes through, right? And then this is around his testicles. The purpose of this is to hold the testicles up. So as you are excited and erect, your testicles actually suck up. They suck into you. And so this will help you last longer by keeping it in as well. Just remember, always put your finger down there and pull this off of your testicles when you're ready to have an orgasm because your testicles want to drop. That's a natural motion. When you orgasm, they hold and then they want to release after. So you want to make sure that you release this band. And that's easy just to slide a finger down there and kind of loop it around or your partner can do it. But C-rings I think are great. And I've actually seen a couple men use a C-ring on and then use a stroker with it because it gives them that different sensation. And and that's what I'm saying. Like, how we talk about porn, right? There's different ways. toys are the same thing. Bringing a toy in and doing different things with a toy can
Mhm.
actually help you achieve those different types of orgasms that you
Yeah.
haven't achieved. You know,
Just like
just like the
different sexual positions.
Yep, just like a prostate toy. Putting a toy in the back door that stimulates the prostate. Now,
Mhm.
I always tell men for prostate play, it's not so much of a toy that goes in and out like a penis and a vagina. A prostate toy stays in. It stays in, it does a vibration, it does a stimulation. Milking the prostate is where you're not grabbing it and milking it like it's an udder, right? But milking a prostate is where you're touching that prostate and teasing it, and that's vibration. You'll see toys that do a lot of this on the prostate, and that's milking because they're stimulating it and teasing it, just like you would with a G-spot. So toys, I think, are a great thing that personally, I know we tell women to bring toys into the bedroom all the time for themselves, but also as with their partner. But
Yeah.
I really think that men should be bringing more toys into their own bedroom personally, not so much with a partner, because I think having a C-ring first will help out one ED if you have problems with it. C rings are
I
the
was about to say.
great
Yeah.
things for ED, right? But also too, it helps you with getting used to vibration, especially if you have a female partner,
Yeah.
right? What are your thoughts when it comes to toys? What do you think about toys?
Yeah, I definitely think it's something that you should incorporate with a partner for sure, just like women, but more specifically for ED. I mean, I know we've talked about it in our in our ED episode, but I definitely think it's helpful for that. And you can still get creative with that instead of turning to things that
Yeah. Yeah.
obviously, again, stipulation, bring in toys that are professional toys that are meant for your body, not getting creative and shoving cucumbers in places that you shouldn't be.
Yes.
Yes.
Please do not take this whole thing and put this in your ass. This does not have a flared base. We're gonna have to do an anal conversation. But a flared base is where it's a bigger base like this in the back of it so that it stops it, so that it does not go anywhere. Butts will actually swallow. Men's butts swallow. So the minute you put something in there, is gone. Okay. So
Yeah.
don't shove this in your ass. I will see you in the fucking ER.
Yeah.
I
Or
promise.
put it on and then stick it in a girl's vag either. You can't stick stuff where
No,
things
you have to use things that are made for those things. So
common sense,
silicone.
but we're giving you a stipulation.
Yeah, we're helping you out. And guys, these aren't expensive. I sell these for like 15 bucks.
Yeah, super
They're
cheap.
not expensive. So that's like the problem that I always hear a lot of people like, "Oh, toys are expensive." This is 15 bucks. And I have new C-rings coming out that are probably going to be like 60. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Okay.
Be
No, no,
smart.
no. We're not doing that. All right. So let's go back to our brain questions. So I'm going to give you another question. Does he get better with mental clarity when he has an orgasm?
Sometimes, but it's temporary. There's actually like this word is like post nut clarity because your dopamine is dropping after you peak and certain different things are increasing and so you have obviously reduced muscle tension or mental tension so you're like not as stressed and you're calm and so that's where that like clarity is coming in but it's temporary obviously as soon as you get back to like normal functioning and the high is over but so let's say if women you want to ask your your men really great questions, let's do it right after the orgasm, right when they're clear headed, and then get your answer, record it. I'm just kidding.
As soon as he's nutting, you're like, "Hey, can I get new rims?"
And he's like, absolutely, we can just pull it from this fund, we're good, yep. Yeah. So
I'll get a towel.
yeah, so yes, it's just like a cognitive boost. It's not necessarily like, it's like a reset. Everything was
Maybe
released.
that's why after they orgasm, they get up and they want to like go do stuff. And I'm like, sit
Yeah,
down. I'm tired as a
charge of
motherfucker.
entry, a charge of energy.
I'm tired. I want a nap. Then they want to cuddle. I'm like, I don't want to cuddle with you. I'm hot. You just had me in a pretzel. My hair is in knots right now. I can't breathe. Okay. I'm worried that you looked at my butthole the whole time. Women are definitely different when we think about stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have energy, but that's like, give me a sandwich and I'm ready to go again. I feel like a fat ass when I just said that. But you know what I'm saying? Like I need a little bit of an energy boost and then I'm ready to
Well,
go.
it takes a lot out of you. It's like exercising. You burn a lot of calories. I mean, it is in like, your like when you're logging your food or your workouts or whatever, sexual
Yes,
activity is in those workouts.
I'm doing it wrong.
Makes you hungry.
I'm at the gym working out. I don't do the Stairmaster anymore. I just pray that I will find a buddy with benefits and then I can just have my Stairmaster workout. You wanna work out with me? You wanna be my cardio? Just joking. All right. So with brain, having an orgasm, does that help with depression?
Um, it can help, but it's not like a treatment, again, because of all the thing, it's mood boosting, stress reducing. If they're feeling wound up about everything and stress and stuff like that, it's obviously affecting their sleep, or feeling anxious and stuff like that. So again, it is short term, but it's not a fix. Obviously,
Yeah.
we would want to go see a doctor to help with any kind of depression, medication, or just going to see a therapist to be able to talk about things. And it doesn't have to be sexual things, it could be things that are stopping you from being able to enjoy life or sex, whatever's bringing you down. But, does it help? Yeah, because it's releasing all the dopamine and endorphins and all of that stuff. Of course, it's going to help, but it's not a fix. It's
Yeah.
just temporary.
Yeah.
So,
And I think I hear, because I always hear a lot of people say, I have depression, like that affects me that I don't want to have sex. And I'm like,
yeah,
that makes perfectly sense. And there's medication that's out there for depression that actually dries you up as a female or makes you have low libido that you're just not interested or gives you ED. So I personally I tell a lot of people that you need to consult your physician when they are writing you that prescription order and ask them, what are the side effects? Is this going to affect me with wanting to have sex? Is
with
this
your
going to
libido. Yeah.
yeah. Is this going to affect me? Is there something that we could try that's not as strong on my libido that's going to help? I think that, I tell a lot of men sometimes, like, as men get older, your testosterone drops.
Yeah.
That's natural. But also too, your testosterone changes affected on the environment. So if you're stressed, kids, money, right? If you are not getting enough sleep, you're a heavy drinker, heavy smoker, marijuana,
Yeah.
all of this stuff can drop your testosterone, which makes your libido drop too. So it just doesn't mean that you're depressed. There could be a number of things that could be affecting you. And that's why you don't want to have an orgasm. But orgasms are important. They're important, one, for your prostate. Two, they're important for acne. It'll help clear up your skin because you're releasing those different types of dopamine and serotonin, and those things make you a happier person by releasing them. But you still need to go get medical help if you are definitely depressed. And I
Yeah.
think the big thing for men is they're just kind of like, I don't really need it. I don't really want it. But yet I still see men that do have ED that are still cheating on their partners. And it's like,
Yeah.
how does that even happen? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Because of, like we said, there's something else that's triggering for them to go get for that attention. And
Mhm.
so I think if you're having a struggle, like, definitely seeing a counselor for that will help. If it's something sexual where you're just like, I want to try new toys and bring new stuff in, check out my website, guys. I have a ton of new stuff coming out. I'm
Yeah.
actually going to have a really big sale next month, getting rid of stuff because I'm bringing in a whole new collection and I'm
Yeah.
super
Maybe you
excited.
should put that your website down in like the comment box. It's just for people who don't have it. Yeah.
Down here, I'm not that technical where I can be like, and then magically appears. I don't know how to do that, but I will put it in the comments.
We'll get there. We'll eventually get there, just like our intro.
I will fucking dance and sing at the beginning. Oh, there you go. Welcome to Desired and Diagnosed. This is your sexual wellness. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our conversation about male orgasms and how
Yep.
important they are. They are a benefit, they are needed.
Yep.
He can do it by himself. You can do it with him, but there are benefits of having orgasms and keeping it together. It does, like we've talked about, it brings you closer to your partner when you can have an orgasm with them.
Yeah.
It does help release different types of chemicals that the brain releases to make you happy. On top of it, it helps helps your stress. It promotes your prostate health as well. But all around, it can help. It can even help with weight loss. But we'll talk about that in another episode. Anywho, anything else you want to add, Miss J?
No, that's it.
Okay. Have a good day, guys.
Until next time. Bye now.
Bye. Oh, hang up. Oh, wrong way. Hang on.